It's the same ban that they had in game 5. Corky as well, first pick again here for possibly Neon. So can safely assume that Alistar gonna come through here for J-Team. Possibly the Kaisa as well gonna be picked up.
Yep. Gragas Kaisa, and then will be answered immediately by the Alistar. Possibly the Swain. The last time that Nova played this, they went for the Alistar and then the Fiora, right? But I think after experiencing the Kazakhs show by 0711 during game number 5, I think Nova would be revisiting their priorities. And looks like that they just want to lock down the Ziggs right away. This is the same formula that they had during game number 6. Scaling up the Ziggs and the Corki, being able to dish a huge amount of magic damage on towards big AoE. It's not just a single target damage that really makes this combo a very good one. Oh, they ditched the Alistar and went for a Nautilus. This is more yummy.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see if this is going to be effective this time around. A minor, actually big switch up here for Nova eSports, focusing on these skirmishes, focusing on the single target lockdown. Jace as well gonna be picked up here this time around. Massive changes for both sides. Let's see who is gonna be coming on top of this, because again, everything is on the line here. Everything, the spot for the finals is at stake.
Kyung, this Nautilus also is a potential answer to a Kha'Zix if in case the J team does select it, but immediately Nova respects 0711's Kha'Zix and will take it away. And so now J team will most likely ban another jungler as well. Do you think, a team would gamble to go for a Rengar in a game number 7?
Oh man, I don't know at this point.
That's a stealth unit, right? Like that's a champion that uses stealth. You know that 0711 is
he loves that.
Yeah. But we'll see. Lee Sin might actually go towards the side of Nova eSports. Damage is okay. Although, knowing Nova eSports, they kind of want long on a champion that really maximizes the damage and can be that late game insurance. Because against J team, they will find a way to win the early game. That's their bread and butter. And now J team just going back and will be drafting this Aatrox, still a flex pick. We have to remember that this Jace can go to the jungle, Aatrox can go to the jungle. So nothing is revealed at this point for J team.
So Long gonna go with a safer route, I would say. But hopefully this is not gonna be the same case as he had in game 2, in which he got bullied and died 3 times. That allowed J team to fully take control of that game. J team just doubling down, Volibear pick. Just amazing drafting here on both teams.
What's the win rate of Volibear in this series?
It's actually not entirely sure. I believe it's relatively even, just above 50%, but not dominating at all.
Yeah. So now the J team has locked down the Volibear. They have decided to put Pan on the Jace, which is the only player that I would allow to pilot the Jace. I have been very critical of Jace being played in the Dragon lane, mainly because it's not maximizing what the Dragon lane is all about, right? Which is all about scaling. And as a Jace, you need early access to levels, and that's the reason why it's best played in the mid lane, right? Because solo XP, solo gold. And having access to 1-2 items is already a big boost if you're a Pan. So now, we'll see if this curveball of sending Jace towards the Dragon lane is the needed adjustment by J team to finally win this game number 7. Again, we have to remember, the hardest game to win is the clincher. We saw it from yesterday, right? And here in this game, or in this series, same can be said, the clinchers are very hard to win for all squads.
Both teams possesses similar like perks as well. early game possibility in terms of advantage. They have the setups, they have engage tools, they have disengage tools, they have scaling, they have pokes, they have tanks as well. It's very well even. It's up to the execution now of these players to make sure they're the ones who qualify to the finals.
Second time as well of Yami going for the Nautilus. It has started to become less and less relevant because of the Alistar and the Rakan, but both the supports, especially DY, DY has played nothing but Gragas today, right? Like, I think only in game number 1 that he was forced to play something else, but he was always playing this Gragas to its full potential, actually, right? Every single time that we see, oh wait, hang on, there could be something spicy ongoing on the top side. Never mind, they will be more risk averse this time around. This is what happens when it comes to game number 7, right? No one really would pull the trigger, and you know, both of the teams will be a little bit reluctant to go for the risky plays.
Yeah, but it's still the same scenario, similar to our similar to when Don actually used this against Yitze in game 5. He was the one leading in this solo lane, and Yitze finds himself having a bit of a hard time matching against him. So that is again an avenue in which J-Team through 0-7-11 can actually capitalize on, because this Volibear tower dives are going to be easier. They can chip down the platings much faster as well, and Nova eSports has to send and invest some resources later on in the top lane to prevent again the gold lead of J-Team from ballooning.
That's a goal. J-Team always wins the early game. At least in the first few games, we have seen their early game macro be better than Nova eSports, hands down, right? It's not even in contestation. We just know that J-Team will find a way to get those tower plates to really help their team have a comfortable mid game. In fact, in game number 6, I dare say it, right? Like, you know, had it been at 0-7, oh, hold on, I thought there could be a potential tie.
Body slam, that's a Stormbringer. Remake, gonna be in trouble. Good use with the Satchel Charge.
One
Will
more?
the damage be enough? Yes, it does. And J-Team gets the first blood. Neon a little bit late in the fight. J-Team gets 1 kill.
0-7-11 disregarded this Cuddle Crab and immediately used his ult to go and dive this Ziggs here in the bot lane. A very good start for J-Team. Again, young, early game, J-Team, right? Like, it's almost always that they will find a way to find the advantage, and this 3v2 dive, it doesn't matter actually if the ult of 0-7-11 wasn't used there, because the Remake was so far away from the tower. Oh,
now they're trying to answer back. 3 versus 1, and Dawn will fall down. Nova eSports is not giving anything for free. They answer back with 1 kill as well.
that is quite unexpected. J-Team has to know better, especially Dawn 128, that, you know, those plays can happen, especially if no other members are visible on the map, and that is Dawn 128 just being a little bit overconfident that he can withstand any gank attempts. But with Yami on the Nautilus, it's a hard lockdown on the Aatrox, and this is also the concern that we have about for the Aatrox. Nautilus is one of the champions that can easily help out all the other members locked down in Aatrox, because all you have to do against the Aatrox is to pin him down, dish out a huge amount of burst, and you can negate whatever lifesteal he has in his kit, because again, Aatrox is only tanky if he hits his skills, because his tankiness revolves around being able to lifesteal from opponents. So if you can pin him down, if you can burst him, then that means that those Omnivamp won't even help him at all.
Ooh, Pan is doing a really good job against Remake. Winning, even in a small margin, is something that we always have to consider. That's why, just like what you mentioned, right? He is one of the only ones that we would be feeling okay getting this Jace pickup, because he's just so good with it.
Power plates. Exactly, an original mid laner playing the Jace. Acceptable. Oh, Yetzi has to be careful. Ignited for the cancellation of the recall, but just a drive-by here by Yami. Long it's more to cancel his recall so that Nova eSports will have the position advantage for this dragon. You look at Long and Nian, they're already inside the pit. The package is available, so they can definitely push back any members of J Team.
Yeah.
But on the other side, J Team is already sending their jungler to get this Rift Herald. Story of the Gate series so far. Always J Team goes for the Rift Herald.
Perfect timing as well, right? J Team right now will be using this RH to at least open up this tower in the mid lane, which is good.
Yep.
Gold sent here to 0711 as well to have more items later
full
on to
plates
dive
again.
towers. J Team, yeah, the economy of this team is just so good that Nova eSports, even if they do get kills, the gold lead is still on J Team's side, but now they do get
Wow.
one. Perfect pick off, and Nova eSports still getting avenues.
They caught Pan rotating towards the bottom lane to try and help out Dawn 128, and if you are Nova Esports, that's what you want to do with the aggressive rotations that J Team always do in the early game. You plan those vision, you try to anticipate where the members will rotate towards to, and you set a trap. It's a very good trap set by Nova Esports, and was able to get at least one kill. Still, full tower plates on the top side and mid lane is advantage to J Team. You look at the gold; they are still on top, 1.5k.
Yeah, and it's helping Yetzi as well be untouched, safely farming, and again, big responsibility for him to deal the damage later on in the late stages of the game. Pan as well, despite dying, is still getting the gold that he needs, and Nova Esports will need to fully utilize later on this Nautilus pick. Pin them down, get more picks, enable the Ziggs to take more turrets, because right now we see more advantage on J Team's side, especially on the structures.
Right, and Long will also be a very big wildcard in this game, just because his present sweep can negate a lot of damage coming from J Team. Their pokes coming from the Jace and the Kaisa can easily get negated with just one ult. But 0711's impact in this game is also one thing that is troubling me right now. How strong is this Volibear going to be? So far, 0-0-1, right? And he's going to be that meat shield, just making sure that... Oh, another engage!
Yeah, tower disabled as well, but perfect timing on the rotation of Long and Yami to negate every bit of that gank. And that's one of the things that they have adjusted here. Whenever someone's isolated, they know. They smell J Team from a mile away.
Yeah, and Nova Esports was actually there to respond if in case that they will over pursue. And so wisely, J Team just backs away. Again, just going back to my point, Volibear is definitely my biggest concern for the side of J Team. How effective will he be? He went for the Divine Sunder, and then of course you just go for the HP stacking. Because as a Volibear, your goal is to be able to press your second skill twice on the same target to get that burst in. And Xin Zhao is definitely a melee champion that won't be able to stop the Volibear to buy him. So yeah, I think the 0711 might actually have a good time in this game compared to the other Volibears that we have seen so far. Because if we remember, the last Volibear that we've seen was Long, and his damage dealt was around 10k only, right? So his impact wasn't really there, and that I think is the reason why the MVP was gifted over to Neon, the very first non-jungler MVP in this series.
And it's going to be very difficult for Nova Esports to prevent 0711 from having access to objectives as well. The only disengage tool that they have is the Crescent Sweep of the Xin Zhao. The others are just for engage and damage. J Team possesses some sort of disengage through the cask, and that's just you know one of the few advantages that they have in team fights right now. That way they're having a bit of a confidence right now to establish control in this bot side river, preparing for the next dragon, in which they need to match the stacks of Nova Esports. That was the reason why they lost the previous game. They need to patch it up.
Yeah, by taking the second dragon, the threat of the 3 dragon win condition will not be there anymore. And so 0711 just has to do better against Long. Long, inside the bush, not spotted. They can engage anytime. He's already level 11. He has the level advantage against 0711, but the pokes are coming in. Nova eSports can engage anytime.
Yeah, they turn onto DY. He's taking a bit of damage. Stasis used to buy some time. Dawn is on the other side. The Mega Inferno Bomb is doing massive damage. Cass is going to be there. Volley Bear, 0711. Who's going to get the dragon? It is going to be the Volley Bear. J-Team gets it for themselves. The kill comes through from Nova eSports though, but it's not going to be as worth it as J-Team.
Yeah, but the biggest part of them being able to take that second dragon is now the 3 dragons win condition is already out the drain, down the drain, right? That's the concern, or that's a problem that did face them during game number 6. And in this game number 7, yeah, you gave some gold over to Nova eSports, but the more important objective is of course getting this Infernal Dragon. Let's look at as to how that team fight started. It doesn't matter, 0711 had just one thing in mind, and that is to use his ult, gap close, get that smite in, and that
61
smite.
HP.
61 HP smite? Okay. Alright. Respectable, but sure, still, job's done for JT.
Unfortunate for Long, because he was the one who smited first. And 0711 managed to clinch it till the very end. That way, again, good denial on the 3 dragon stack. Like what you said. And the next one is going to be insane as well, because if J-Team gets the second dragon, then the damage is just going to balloon even higher since they got the Infernal one.
Yeah. Again, 4% APAD. If it's just 1 dragon joining your team. If it's 2 dragons, it gets doubled to 8%. And then, of course, the triple dragon stack, which is the dream for every team, is 12% AP and 12% AD. That's just massive. It's massive, especially for AP users, right? Like, percent-based additional stats favors AP champions more. I know that for a fact because, again, just looking at raw numbers, there's a lot more AP that is being added to the AP champions. But hey, you know what? It still is as good for the AD champions.
Dawn is on the other side of the map, so I don't think J-Team is gonna pursue anything here in this short skirmish that Nova eSports is allowed to get that blue buff away from J-Team. Dawn is now here. It's gonna be the first target for flash away, just as a respect. That is how scary J-Team is starting to be right now.
Yeah. Flashing away at full health.
Oh, big burst! He has to use the Stormbringer now just to escape. And J-Team will actually turn. The damage is going to be better here for Nova eSports, though, especially that they do have to dig. They have to fall back.
Look
the
at the
pokes coming
pokes.
from Pan. And Yetzi, though, is doing the work.
Yeah. It hits the priority target. Remake and Neon has to be careful. 1-2 more pokes and it will spell their demise. We have to remember that the Void Seeker, once it connects onto any champion, the cooldown gets less and less, like around 2 seconds every time that you hit Void Seekers. Oh man, it's... You know what I realized? It's similar to a Corki. But a longer version, right? Like, this Corki has the pokes in his ult. And he does have a limited amount of ammunition. We know that, right? And then you have the Kai'Sa that will have unlimited amount of it. And every time that it hits someone, it resets. It's so busted.
Yeah. As long as it hits, then you can have a better, chance of just pressuring more. Because if it doesn't, it's a bit of a longer cooldown, and it's kind of irritating as well, especially if you want to continue poking. 3 items completed means that this Kai'Sa is starting to be very scary as well. And Nova eSports is gonna need to set their eyes on him starting from now.
3 items already completed for the counterpart in the Corki, as well as the Xinjiao. The Xinjiao of Long, again, this is the second time that we have seen it in this 7-game series. The first one was game number 2, in where he just got demolished from the get-go, 0-3 start. But this is a better start overall for him. 1-0-3 and 3 items already completed in an even state. Who would win? It will boil down as to who is more ready to execute whatever game plan they have, and DUI might just engage right here, right now. Don't want to wait. Perfect flank position. Nova wants to engage right now.
Yeah, Don's a little bit too far. DY's already very low. And over eSports have their chance to take this dragon right now.
Oh,
Killer
Yitze?
Instinct here by
Killer
Yetzi. Doing massive damage. Void Seeker will not connect though. Remake trying to access from the back line. They're being pushed back. The dragon is
Party's
still
dead.
very much alive. Long trying to get this. Who will get it? It's a
Long
Shin
got it.
Sao. Nova eSports should back away now. But J-Team is looking for the chase. It's like they're not going to pursue anymore. Nova eSports clinches it at the very end.
It's a 4v5 now. Will they even attempt to force the Baron? We know that J-Team is a team that does not go over risky. Oh, Yitze going to get caught.
Perfect timing. The Garen is gonna fall down. Depth charge a little bit late, and now numbers advantage
3v5
for J-Team. Yeah.
It's a 3v5 now. They can shred down this Baron so fast.
It's
and Long
time.
cannot do a thing.
Will we see a long miracle? No, we don't. And J-Team pulls up a Baron.
Baron can really help J-Team right now take more gold for themselves. We're looking to that replay. Again, that's a very scattered team fight overall. DY being solo at the very beginning, but look at Neon. Neon being over aggressive, using the package against 3 members, especially with Yetzi in front of you. Not the best idea. Immediately dies here. And although Long secured this dragon, that's a huge amount of damage gone from Nova eSports. We have to remember in game number 6, it was Neon's Corki that was doing the heavy lifting damage-wise.
Yeah.
Now it's a reversal of fate. J-Team.
Oh, the
Neon
turn.
might die again.
Perfect timing. Stasis gonna be used to buy some time, but it's not gonna be enough. The Mega Inferno Bomb doesn't do a thing to the front lines. Only a bit to Yetzi as well, and with the Baron buff, they're able to bash in the towers right now. J-Team is threatening for a game, and they're threatening for this push in the inhibitor towers. Good use of the Ziggs. They're still able to push back the minions. Mid though is not gonna be a problem anymore for J-Team. They open up the base of Nova eSports.
The Baron buff is good for one more wave. They want this tower in the bot lane. Can they do it? Oh, remake!
Oh, it's just so low. The cast as well. Perfect for J-Team. 2 inhibitor towers down. Perfect timing for the Elder as well.
Traditional, methodical approach to maximize the Baron buff. Even using the explosive cask to throw away the members, or to scatter away the members to make sure that the tower will be defenseless. And J-Team, oh man, despite what happened in game number 6, they are in the driver's seat right now, Giong.
They're the ones with the lead in gold, in towers, dragons on Nova eSports, but at this point it doesn't matter because the Elder Dragon is being threatened right now by J-Team. Perfect vision control as well. The pink ward inside in the middle. In Nova eSports, they are scrambling their way, looking in the darkness, looking into the fog, trying to get as much information as they can in this area, but they don't know where 0711 is.
Their 7-Eleven very sneaky again. Even in with the Volibear is willing to go for the flank plays. Similar as to how he plays the Good engage coming from DY.
The cask is there. The follow-up as well. Long gonna be in trouble. They're trying to pincer him down. Here comes Yetzi. Pan taking a bit of damage here from Neon. The return. Can they actually get the kill? The Killer Instinct on the remake instead. It's as well. Gonna fall down. They're chasing him down. The timing is perfect from J-Team. Body is falling down. Long trying to make a miraculous place, but no miracle anymore for Nova eSports. It's J-Team reigning supreme. And right now, there's only one thing left in mind. Push the base, take the Nexus, and go straight to the finals.
Welcome to the final stage. J-Team macro